Hello there, two-stroke turbo fans. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the best automotive content on the internet. My name is Mark. This is my shop, and you've probably seen her before in a few videos. I'm thinking she's a great dog. And right now we are at home today. You can see by the colorful carpets and all the colorful cars. I typically don't work out of my home garage, but necessity is the, what do you call it? The advent of, new things. So this is our a Figaro. It's a 1991 Nissan Figaro. It is the beige color called Topaz Mist. And I hope you guys are still interested because I've got something really kind of cool that I can do in my home garage. It's really hot out today. The Portland area is under a heat watch. We've got the AC on in the garage, so it's nice and cool in here. And we're going to work on the seats. I inherited this car, or bought this car from a customer. It was in sad shape. It ran all right, didn't have any oil pressure, but the interior was very, very nicotine stained. And I didn't realize this car actually was a green car that's been painted the beige. If you notice the green piping on the seats, the green dash, the green horn button, and also under the floor mats, the carpet is green. And I owned the car for 6 months not knowing that it was a green car until I found a chip in the paint someplace. They did a really good job of painting. It was a green car with a tan interior, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And the interior is not great. If you look at the seats here, if you look really close to the leather, it's cracked. It has green piping, which is pretty cool for the accent, but the leather is pretty dried out, and somebody's actually painted the leather one time. If I pull the pleat, if I spread this pleat, you can see down in there, see the definite color change? See that right there? That's the original color of the seats, and somebody has smeared paint. I thought it was house paint, but now I'm starting to think it was a leather paint. I'm going to try to make these look better. And to do that, I had a patch here on the driver's seat. Pretty ugly. But the patch was covering. You can see the patch has been transferred to my patch. I patched the seat because I thought this rip was going to get worse. And if you look at the bolster here, it's just not looking good. I've got to clean down in the cracks. And I'm going to try, once I get this cracks cleaned, I'm going to vacuum, clean, use a toothbrush to get down in there and clean those cracks. Oh, and this just stuck to my hand. Of course it did because it's sticky. I'm going to try this kit. I bought this leather repair kit. It's white and cream. You mix it up, and it has a patch that I can put in there, and supposedly it's going to look like new. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. And then I also bought a balm kit, which is the coloring kit for beige. I hope that's the right color. That's a little more beigey than I'd like. I don't know. We're going to see how this works. But I am going to try to fix the crack on that seat. And then there's also a crack. You can see the patch on the back seat on the top. The sun has burnt it. I'll take the top off. The top actually needs to be replaced as well. So we're going to do some fix-ups on the Figaro. We're going to start with the seats. I'm going to try to patch this ugly part, getting in and out of the car, because the car deserves better. And I think I can fix that. So if that works good, then I'm going to work on the patch in the back, and this is also a patch. It's all sunburnt under there. Let's see if I can find a, see that? I don't know if I can fix that or not. I'm going to try. But I'm going to practice on the front part here, see if I can get that looking better, and then we'll move on. So wish me luck. It's the first time I've tried this, and it's not often that I'm home not working on a Saturday and nobody's home, so I'm going to give this a try. Stella, the shop dog, is with me. Again, she's not too happy about being indoors. Come here. You want to say hi to all the YouTube super fans out there, the two-stroke turbo super fans that got us to 100K subscribers. Oh, give them a little yawn, Stella. Give them a little, nope, no yawn. Okay. Well, just have to be satisfied with a little head petting. Give us a yawn? Give us a little yawn. Oh, good girl. You gave us a yawn. I knew you'd do it. That's a good puppy. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. Hopefully we got some progress done on our seats. So I thought I'd maybe educate you guys on how I'm cleaning these seats. So I'm taking my scrubbing bubbles, which has a little bit of bleach in it, and I'm spraying it with my gloves on into the pleats. Down in the pleats like that, and then I'm taking a toothbrush and I'm just basically forcing the bleach down into the cracks, and then taking a clean absorbent towel, which you can tell is not so clean anymore, and I'm actually spreading the cracks and checking my work. And you can see every time I do that I get dirt out. Keep doing that until you get no more dirt out of the pleats. It's going to take a while. It's taken me about an hour. So look at that. Oh, that's nasty. So that's where all the dirt is, down in the cracks. And what I'm going to do when I recolor this is I'm going to spread this and get the color down in there so it's color fast. Although I am not certain this is the right color. That looks beige and this looks white, so I may end up getting some new coloring balm that's not beige. I like the lighter color. I don't know if that's the original or not. I thought it was, but that's pretty off. So we'll keep working on it. Got to get it clean, and we got to fix this crack first. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Take a break from our leather repair here. Stella, I think, is ready for dinner. Are you ready for dinner? You want some dog food? Okay, let's get you fed. Okay, so this is the latest on how I'm going to fix this bad spot on the bolster of my seat in my Figaro. You can see it's very rough. Let me turn the light on here. The edges are rough. I'm taking the scissors, these scissors here, and I'm cutting the edges smooth so there's not this jagged edge. And then I plan on taking this supplied material, cutting a patch to put underneath the edge like so, and then you take the putty that you mix in these tubes to get the right color and you spread it like Bondo, and I guess you put thin coats, letting it dry 6 hours in between coats, and it will make that look like new. Whether that will happen or not, I don't know, but it's worth a shot. I've come this far. What I'm planning on doing is fixing this repair and then coating the entire seats with the new coloring. I abandoned this beige. This is too beige. You can see even like on the top, that's beige. This is ivory, beige, ivory. I've ordered a bottle of ivory because I didn't know there was a difference, but there is. No more beige, we're going to ivory. So let's get working on this. Let's see if we can make this happen. Okay, so the first thing I did is I trimmed out the cut, got rid of all the rough edges, and then I took my wife and daughter's cotton mascara removing pads. These are little cotton pads, and I cut one up, cut a piece, and I fit it into that divot or that hole there to give the padding a little more firmness. I just press that right in there. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe off my mascara. Just kidding. I'm going to cut this piece to fit just underneath there and see if I can fix this patch or make a patch to fix this. Okay, so I cut the piece pretty close to what I wanted, pushed it into the hole. I don't want that big. You gotta kind of finesse it. I don't want any big wrinkles. There's a big wrinkle down the base there. I'm gonna pull it this way a little bit. Yeah. Now my wrinkle is here. I'm gonna tuck that under. Okay, so now we've got some support for this. I'm gonna play with this a little more, and then I'm gonna start applying the paste. Okay, so I mixed up a little of this patch gel and I'm smearing it on my seat. Just like that. Although I'm doing it left-handed, so I'm not doing a great job. Trying to fill that gap a little bit. Smear it around. I'm going to do one thin coat, and I got to let it sit overnight and do another one tomorrow. And they give you this little jar that you can seal up so that you don't lose it. I'm assuming it stays moist when the lid's on, and you can tint the color. So I've got it pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. Okay, so I'm done smearing the paste, the glue paste, onto my crack. It looks fantastic. It's a little textured. I wanted to put one light coat. I'm supposed to do 3 coats, 6 hours apart. So I'm gonna let that dry overnight, let it harden up. I also filled in a crack here, 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 and I may do some more up in here, but I'm very excited about this stuff. If that works like I think it's going to, like it hardens up on my fingers. You should wear gloves, by the way. I needed the tactile feel for it. I'm going to fix the cracks on the back there. I'm going to pull the top down and take a look at those. Okay, the heat has gone down. It's only 80 degrees outside. Really nice for working on the car. Let's take the top down, shall we? First, we're going to open the rear hatch. Then we're going to undo the top. You're supposed to grab it by these handles. It folds down like that into the rear well. And this is what I'm talking about here on the back seat. Let's see if I can clear my screen. There we go. I might be able to fix these. See these cuts? Oh, this one, I need to be careful. I didn't like the sun beating on these. Oh, there's a bad one. That's right. I'm going to be able to fix that, I think. That's a bad one. I'm going to try to fix that too. Oh, it just pulled off all that. Okay, well, that's the patch I had on this seat, and this is the patch I had on the rear, and I forgot it was that bad. But I have some more material. I'm going to trim that up, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Maybe I can save this seat. Really hope I can. That was an eyesore. I never liked having the top down and people looking at the car and seeing this, but I think I can, oh boy. I think I can trim that and see if I can shove the rest of it in there. Oh boy, I'm excited. I've been trimming this patch hole I have here on the back seat, and I'm a little concerned because I only have this much material. So I've got to be careful not to go crazy. This all needs to get cut out. I'm going to just trim it easily the best I can. Look at the material. It's so hardened and so dry. Okay, so now I've got my patch in there. It actually fits pretty well. This is the material, and it's all I had. So that's it. I've got to make this work. Okay, so I've got my patch patched on the rear top of the seat. It's not as smooth as I'd like, but if I keep fussing with it, it's going to get worse. So I got to let this dry overnight. I'm going to work on that crack and those cracks and maybe like some of these. Get this thing all ready to go. It's going to look so good. Stella, what do you think? Is it going to look good? Oh yeah, it's going to look good. Look at you. You're laying in the dirt. Why? Why are you laying in the dirt? All right, it's late at night. We're in the home garage. Stella is just plumb tuckered from chasing that rabbit at the park tonight. Could not figure out where the rabbit went. What are we doing? We are in the midst of putting coloring balm on our 1991 Nissan Figaro. Not only are we doing coloring balm, but we patched this big, turn the light on here. There was a big sunburnt spot on the back of the seat here. Took care of that. It looks pretty good. I wish I could get a little better. I might put another coat on it with the filler before I do the coloring balm. I have found that this stuff is defective. I tried wiping it on and it's not a name brand. It is an off brand and it just went on like water. So I'm going to take that back. I have another brand here I'm going to try, but it's too small. It's only 75 milliliters, which is that much. That's not going to do it. That won't do it. I need probably 200 to do the car. So I'm going to order some more, but I'm going to keep working on filling this patch. I'm pretty happy with that. And then on the driver's door, let me get around the car here. Made this big tear. That was a tear that went across like that from people getting in and out before I even got the car. And that looks a lot better. So keep working on it. And Stella is just going to keep on sleeping. She's all plumb tuckered out. All right. Well, hello there, two-stroke turbo fans. Welcome back to the channel. You are my super fans, and this is the channel, Two-Stroke Turbo channel, that shows you all the best automotive content on YouTube and other streaming services that you may watch videos on. This is my shop dog Stella. You've seen her in almost every video. She's patiently waiting. We're at home this evening, and she's patiently waiting for her nightly walk. Actually, I shouldn't say that word so loud because she actually knows that word and what it means. So every night about, about 8 o'clock, she starts scratching the door, starts looking in the windows, figuring out when are you humans going to take me for a walk. So we'll do that shortly. Right now we've got a little thing to discuss with you on a little automotive content here. So this is a little bubble car. You guys are probably familiar with these. I've posted a lot about Isettas lately. If you notice, this is a sliding window cabriolet. The cabriolet top is down. Now it's up, now it's down, and the sunroof is down. So it's quite unusual, quite breezy. This car is not my car, it's a customer's car. I'm sorting it out, I'm proving it. I just put a transmission in it, and I needed to make sure that this transmission does not pop out of any of the gears. Typically, Isettas have an issue with popping out of third gear. This transmission is really good, but I wanted to make sure. I bought it in a parts exchange, and the condition was unknown. So I now know that it works good. I was able to floor it up a hill in third gear, and it did not pop out. So you may think I have a red Isetta just like this. And you know what? I do. It's parked right there. That is a non-cabriolet. It is a standard sliding window. You'll notice there's no top in the back that can fold down. This one does have that. Quite different. I also have the engine cover off because I'm checking for leaks. This is a fresh build. I don't see anything down there. It looks great. I did some service on the chain drive, the transmission, a new clutch, and I rebuilt the engine, or I should say rebuilt the cylinder and the head of the engine about a year ago. So she's running great. I had to do some fine tuning on the idle. Drove her home tonight. It is a warm day. I wanted to put it through test, so I actually went and sought out a hill, floored it in third gear, and then got her up to 50 miles an hour in fourth gear, which that's pretty good for an Isetta. We got all kinds of stuff going on in the garage. I haven't shown this video yet, but I'm redoing the seats on the Figaro, and I keep meaning to post a video on that. I've filled in the cracks, and back here on the top of the back seat, this gets a lot of sun, especially through the glass rear window. It becomes magnified, and it creates a hot spot right across the top of the back seat, and they burn. The fabric actually just vaporizes. There was a hole right here, this size. I put in a piece of fabric, and then I covered it with basically leather Bondo. I mixed it to match, and I'm not done with it yet. I'm on my 6th or 7th coat. It's like a filler that you put on there, and eventually you can raise it up. You can see the low spot. You can see where the opening was. It was down to the foam. It's a lot better, but I'm still working on that, and I have not produced that video yet. The same thing was going on with the driver's seat. The lumbar, being its right-hand drive car, you'd get in and out of this door, and this tore and split because it's a bolster that gets a lot of wear. Same thing. It was down to the foam, and I had to put a patch in there, and I covered it with the Magic Bondo, which is Chinese tubes of coloring that you mix to get the color you want. and you put together and it creates fabric. Fantastic. Then I'm going to redo all the seats with the coloring balm. The reason I'm in the garage tonight is I want to start that car. I want to drive that car this week. I haven't driven it in a while. That's my hot rod Subaru 360. So I'm going to try to put the camera on a tripod or something and see if it'll start up. I'm really anxious. I fixed a flat tire. You can see my jack is here. The rear suspension is in the elevated mode, which means it has, let me say this, straight swing arms, and they won't relax until you roll the car about 20 feet. So I wanted to just start it up and smoke out the neighborhood a little bit. Actually, I just want to know if it runs. So let me come over here, pet my dog for good luck. Oh, you don't want to be pet, Stella? Stella? Oh, give me a yawn. Give me a yawn, baby girl. Oh, that's a good puppy. Oh, now you want a scratchy scratch. Okay, well, we're going to set the camera up on a tripod and see if that Subaru starts. You want to help me? Okay. One thing I forgot before I start up this smoky little Subaru, put the camera on the tripod here. If you look up in the ceiling of my home garage here, you'll notice I got chandeliers. Those are all recycled chandeliers from housing projects, and people gave me over the years. I decided to put them in here, kind of fancy. But if you look beyond the disco ball there, see that big grate? That's an exhaust fan. I put that in specifically for starting up two-stroke cars in my garage because I don't know if you recall, about 8 years ago, I started up one of my cars and it made so much smoke out the garage door, the neighbors called the fire department. So they still may call the fire department, just different neighbors, because I'll pump it out that way. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to starting the car. Okay, let's give it a try. I'm not sure this car will start. It's been sitting here for 3 months, 4 months, I think, 5 months maybe. It had a flat tire for a long time, and so it wasn't my first choice. Well, wouldn't you know it? Okay, you're gonna have to come back. Battery's dead. We'll try again. Sorry about that. While the battery's charging on the little Subaru, we are probably gonna put another coat of leather Super Bondo on our seats. There and there. And we're probably gonna take the dog for a walk. Stella, do you wanna go for a walk? Last night you got to chase a rabbit. You want to do that again? Oh, that was fun. Give me a yawn if you say, oh, you just did. That's a good puppy. Ready to go? Okay. Let's go. Let's get your leash on.